Great.
Awesome. Well, welcome everyone to the World Health Summit. I'm Lisa Blaisdell, and I am so excited to have all the way from London, Gloria Halim. Is it Halim? Am I pronouncing it?
Halim.
Halim,
It's
of course.
Halim.
Gloria is a author of Healing Foods, Healthy Foods. She is a holistic health and wellness coach, people that I love to talk to. So, Gloria, thank you so much for taking a few minutes. I know you are so busy
You're
helping people.
welcome. Yeah.
And the first question that I just love to ask is, what led you to this work and this opportunity to help people with their health?
Um, it's kind of not a long story. 10 years ago, I was doing something different. I used to be in the IT industry as an IT consultant, working in the finance sector. And then I got diagnosed with breast cancer. So
Mm.
there began my journey.
Mhm.
I had all the treatments, numerous surgeries and chemo and radiation, a few years of taking medication as well. So coming to the end of the major treatment, I started to have the questions, I guess, like anybody else would. Um, how did I get here? What happened? Did I do something wrong? And
Mhm.
also, how can I heal myself and stay healthy?
Mhm.
Because one of the major side effects from chemo and radiation is fatigue.
Right.
So, just get up and have a shower, and I had to go back to bed. So I
Wow.
was sick and tired of being sick and tired, basically.
Yeah,
So,
I'm sure.
yeah, so it got to a point where I needed to do something, and I went on this journey of this research journey of how to heal myself, find out the background to all this, and also how do I get to the point where I don't get diagnosed again. So
Right.
I went into research mode, and that led me. I talked to a oncologist, my oncologist, a few oncologists, and discovered the wellness world, and
Yes.
a world that I prior to this I didn't know existed. So
Mm.
I got thrown into this and it was like, oh wow, and I found out about juicing. I started juicing and started noticing the effects. I started getting my energy back. Started sleeping better. My skin was clearing up, and I was active and got into yoga, meditation. So it was healing me. And because of the surgeries I had severe pain in my back because
Mm.
of the type of surgery, reconstructive surgery I had. And I had physio. The physio didn't help. So when I started doing yoga, gentle yoga, that's what helped to
Mm.
get rid of the pain over a period of months, because obviously I had to start gently. So this whole new world for me was fascinating,
Mm.
and I wanted to know more. But also with the foods, you change your diet, you heal yourself. That's where you start from. Because prior
Mhm.
to getting diagnosed, I used to call myself junk food queen. I ate a lot
Mhm.
of sugar, and I discovered through my research one of the factors that cancer cells need to thrive is sugar. It's
Yeah.
a stressed out environment. It's an acidic environment. And I had that. So they were having a real good party in my system.
Yep.
So, so from there, I ended up writing my book, Healing Foods, Healthy Foods,
Mm.
did well. Whole Foods here took it on. But I wanted to know more. I did
Mm.
some nutrition courses in the UK here, but it wasn't enough. It was just purely based on food. So I
Mm.
found I searched some more, and I found the Institute for Integrative Nutrition in New
Mhm.
York, and
Mhm.
I thought, okay, this has everything that I
Mm.
want. Not just the nutrition aspect, but the wellness aspect.
Right.
It was well rounded. So I called time out on all my book signings and speaking and everything. And I said, I have to take time to do this. And I took the year to just focus on studying and learning and, being like a sponge for the last 8 years, just sponging everything up. And I finished, I qualified, I'm certified. And then from there, from the whole speaking and book signings and everything, people used to come to me to ask me, what can I do? I have this going on with me. I was like, I'm not a doctor, I don't know. But I would tell them what I did to get to where I was, because they could see that I looked healthier, I looked, brighter, and they wanted to know more about me. So I started helping people. But one thing that led me to just change my whole career is the fact that I had gone through this whole discovery, and I realized, do you know you can prevent disease? And that was the light bulb thing for me. I wanted to help people, and I just, my message was prevention. You can prevent disease. You can prevent a whole host of things happening. The world is so stressed out, and it's full of it's disease really. And the medical industry doesn't help much. Not at all. So taking myself, for example, they pump me full of chemicals to kill the cancer cells as well as the healthy cells to get me well.
Yes.
It didn't make sense to me, but I just had to go through it because I didn't know otherwise. But now I do.
Now you do. Gloria, good for you. I mean, good for you. You weren't just accepting the diagnosis. You weren't just accepting the treatment. And, I'm so thankful that so many people will get to see this interview and hear your story, because so many women are going through, whether it's breast cancer or, colon cancer or whatever. I mean, cancer impacts us all. There's no one that is not touched by this anymore. And, people deserve to know that they can take control over something that I'm sure they feel absolutely no control over, but that they can take steps to not only feel better during the process of going through the treatment, but to also thrive after the treatment.
Exactly. Yeah. And I've been helping a lot of women. I didn't know how many until I've been in Dubai. I actually live and work in Dubai, but I'm temporarily in London. And when I got to Dubai in February, first week of February, it dawned on me that that first week marked exactly 10 years of being cancer-free.
Wow.
And I posted it on my group on Facebook, and half the women that connected with me saying, congratulations, Gloria, thank you so much for helping me. And I'm thinking, oh my God, so it's been kind of like an emotional roller coaster for me. And I'm thankful. I'm in such a thankful place right now for the journey I've been on, and I'm still on, and being in a position to actually help as many women or people, individuals as I can. Yes, the focus of my business is with women's health and stress and hormones, but I still help a whole host of people, moms with kids, their kids are going through difficulties, or men as well. I speak at conferences. So I feel truly blessed that, this is where I'm meant to be. When I tell people what I used to do before, and they look at like, that's a huge turnaround, seriously. And it's
cancer is life-changing, right? I mean, it's life-changing.
Yeah, exactly. And I didn't know this is where I would be, but things happen for a reason, and you just have to. I'm going with it, but I'm thankful each day.
For good for you.
Yeah,
that's amazing, Gloria. So when you do work with your clients, you mentioned stress and hormones. So what's the protocol, or can you give me an example of what you will do with an average woman that goes in and just needs some support from you?
Right. So when women come to through my whole journey, I looked at different aspects of wellness, of nutrition, and as a holistic health coach, you have to look at the whole person and not just look at one aspect as nutrition or physical exercise, and not look at the others. And through talking with women and through what I went through as well, I came up with what I call the Thrive technique, which focuses on de-stressing yourself, detoxing yourself, focuses on spirituality, focuses on nourishing yourself, nurturing yourself emotionally and physically, looking at gut health, and also you start from the stress level, because people don't seem to realize that no matter what's going on with you, whatever ailment is going on with you, where did it start from? Because we have to go to the root cause of what kicks off your ailment. And a lot of times is stress levels. And when you find out what exactly is the cause of the stress and you're able to deal with it and manage it properly, then you can thrive and make better decisions on your wellness protocol or your nutritional protocol or whatever it is you want to achieve.
Right.
So these are, there are 5 pillars, of health that I've termed under the banner of the Thrive Technique. And I take women through the whole scenario, the whole 5 pillars, starting first of all with detoxing themselves, especially where it comes with hormones, because your stress affects your hormones affect your health, but people don't make that connection. So I take them through that process to actually understand how the stress levels affect your hormones. Where do the hormones get created? How do they function? How does it affect your health? How does it affect the different hormones, that affect your health, your eating habits, everything about your weight, everything about you. So I take them through that journey of understanding the hormones that are in play with whatever is going on with them, and the hormones that are in play as women. Because our hormones go helter-skelter left, right, and center.
Yes, they do.
So we need to, once we get to that point of understanding where they're produced and what they do and how ours function individually, because everybody's different, then you're in a better position to handle what's going on with you and try to fix it and get into that balanced level.
I love that. I love that. And it is important because hormones are controlling all these systems in our bodies.
Exactly.
And we don't even really take that into consideration.
No, we don't. And I didn't personally, because the cancer I had was estrogen fed. So I had high estrogen dominance.
Oh, yes.
So I had to be on drugs to keep the estrogen levels down for a couple of years. And also with the drug tamoxifen, it alters your estrogen levels. And coming off the drugs, I came off the drugs almost 3 years ago now. And when I came off the drugs, the side effects just hit me like, a derailed train.
Again. Really?
Yeah. Because the side effects from those drugs, you get menopausal symptoms. And when I first started taking them, I had the hot flushes. So I know what it feels like to be old. But when I started taking them, I had all the symptoms, and I had to go and research again. So I researched all about hormones, what I needed to do. So I figured out what I needed to do. So I balanced it, and I didn't feel any of the side effects until I came off the drug 5 years later.
Interesting. Isn't that fascinating?
Yeah. In between, at the start, I had side effects. In between, I didn't, because I took steps to balance them.
Right.
And then at the end, they came back again because I didn't expect it. My doctors didn't tell me, you may experience this.
Right.
Which wasn't a good thing. They don't tell me that. So I had to go back again and, just get myself in control, take some time out and do extra on top of what I was doing before to balance it out. And it's just, it took me about a year to get it back to balance.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's a lot of research, a lot of knowledge.
Good for you.
Hormones. Yeah.
Well, you're able to pour that into the women that come in and that need your support.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
So from a dietary point of view, then, I know you've talked about detoxing and you mentioned juicing. Do you have a specific protocol that you will, I know that everyone's different and, every person's got a different issue going on, but is there a specific methodology or, a particular way of eating that you kind of subscribe to and that you encourage your patients to also subscribe to?
The first and foremost is juicing. I juice a lot. And
Mm,
when I say juicing, it's not about juicing fruits. It's
right.
more about the vegetables, the
Yep.
leafy greens, the cucumbers, the cruciferous vegetables. And now and again, you add some, fruits in there to make it palatable. But I've got to the point where I do it so much, I don't necessarily need fruits
That's
to make it
awesome.
to make it sweet or anything. And that's saying a lot for me because I've got a really sweet tooth, and that was my problem before. So now I have
Yep.
more natural sugars and fruit sugars, and make my own snacks and all that. So I eat a lot of vegetables.
Mm-hmm.
I have a lot of salads. I
Mm-hmm.
have grains like quinoa, a lot of leafy greens, a lot of cruciferous vegetables. So I think the best advice for people, don't get too overwhelmed with it. Just eat a clean diet,
Yep. Yep.
and clean in the sense of, your vegetables, some fruits, some pulses, some grains, and also, supplement if you have to. But a lot of the things you can get, just chucking it all in a blender or a juicer. And it's kind of like, I call it my infusion of nutrients
Yes.
every single day. So
Yes.
I can't go, even when I travel, I travel with a magic bullet. So,
Wow.
so
That's
I have
dedication, Gloria.
yeah,
That's
it is.
dedication.
Yeah, I cannot go anywhere. So traveling doesn't, stop me from juicing. I have to have my magic bullet with me. It's not the best, but I have to
Right.
have something
Right.
because I use the Vitamix and
Right.
masticating juicer, which is a cold press juicer. But
Right.
obviously, you cannot carry that with you when you travel. So I make
Right.
do with a little magic bullet, or you can have the NutriBullet, put it in your suitcase, and just go shopping and get some fruits and vegetables. And
Well,
I do that in my home.
when you've gone through something as dramatic as you have,
Yeah,
it's like, what would you rather do? Have the inconvenience of traveling with, a few extra things to have
yeah.
this healthy lifestyle,
Hmm.
or not be healthy? It becomes a really simple
Not a
thing to
choice
do.
for me. Yeah,
That's right.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
right.
It's part of me, and even if I have to pay for excess luggage with my blender and everything, I'll do that because you cannot put a cost
No.
on your health.
Yep.
That's
Good
all.
for
You
you, Gloria.
can't.
That's amazing. No,
Yeah, thank
I
you.
so admire that part of that because
Yeah.
it's true. And
Mm.
I do know a lot of people that will have a cancer and they'll be really diligent during the treatment and during the
Mm-hmm.
season. And then when the
Mm-hmm.
oncologist says you're good, they go
Yeah,
back to the habits that got
true.
them the cancer to begin with. And
Yeah.
you can't. You've got to stay vigilant.
Yeah, you have to because it's there in the back of your mind,
Hmm.
having gone through, because what it does to you, it takes everything from you, not just your health, physically, emotionally, mentally,
Mm-hmm.
sometimes financially as well. So I'd say to
Mhm.
you, it literally strips you. So,
Mm,
and if you're someone like me that has always been independent and in control and
mm,
everything, you get to the point where you're going through that. You're not in control of anything.
mhm.
Literally, you're not in control of your
No, you're
body.
not.
So,
No.
and for me, it was taking control back and
Mhm.
getting control of my health and taking that control back and saying, no, I'm not going to just leave it to the medical industry to do what they like with my body because I have to live in it. They
Yeah.
don't,
Yeah.
so I
That's
had to
right.
take that control back, and I'm holding on to it,
Good for
and I'm
you.
staying there, and I
Good
will
for
always
you.
stay there.
Good for you, Gloria. Yes,
Yeah,
you will. Yes, you
yeah.
will. So, how can people find you, and what do you have coming up that people that are watching this interview can plug into, and how can they continue to learn from you and get access to you?
Okay, they can reach me on my website, rockondivas.com.
Love
That
that.
is, yeah, I love it. It's just, women, it's time to rock. It's time to, to rock out that diva in you and just bloom and thrive. So they can reach me on that. I also run a Facebook group where I support women and try to get in there as much as I can daily to talk about health, wellness. I do Facebook Lives
Okay.
on, different topics and subjects. And hope I think in about a month, or in about 6 weeks time, I will be talking and running a webinar on hormones, how to
Oh,
balance your hormones,
oh,
and
great.
also um, yeah, just try and get women, that information of where they can start from, and give them the information of, what they can do to balance the hormones and also de-stress, get that connection going there for
Right,
them. Yeah.
right.
So I haven't scheduled a date yet because I'm traveling backwards and forwards right now. So once I get back to the UAE, I will schedule a date in a couple of weeks. And
When they get into when they start following you on Facebook, will they be able to
Mhm.
get updates on that webinar through that?
Oh yes,
Okay, good.
yes, yeah.
Okay,
I will be. That's the best place to get the updates. Just send in a request to join the Facebook group. Although I
okay.
do send out newsletters, and I will put it on my website, but I usually just put it first in the Facebook group.
Yes. No,
Yeah,
we all live and breathe on Facebook. It's amazing how that changed
yeah.
how we get information. So I will
I know,
definitely
right?
want to follow you there and keep up with all the great work that you're doing, because
Oh, thank you.
you're serving so many people, Gloria. And
Yeah.
I'm sure that you feel that your cancer was a blessing in disguise in many ways because of how it has transformed your whole
Funny,
life.
funny you should say that, because when I was going through treatment, I watched this program. I can't remember if it was on the Oprah show or something. And this lady said, having cancer was a blessing to her. I almost shot her through the TV. It's like,
Mm,
how can you say that? But now I
mm,
get it, because
mm.
it changed things. It's changed things around. It's changed my life, in a more positive way where I'm helping people. And
Mm,
that's what I've always wanted to do. Right from a young age, I always like to help people. And I think that stopped for a while. So for me, being a spiritual person, I just said, it was God's way of telling me, okay, enough of that right now. You need to do something else,
yeah,
and, be who you are meant to be. And, and
yes.
that's helping people. Yeah.
Oh, Gloria, you're
Mhm.
such a blessing to
Oh,
everyone.
thank
I'm
you.
so excited that I got to talk with you today. Thank you
Yeah,
so
me
much for
too.
taking a few minutes. And I'm excited to follow you. And I know that the people who watch and tune into this interview will want to keep up with all the great work that you're doing. So
Great.
thank you so very much for your
Oh,
time
thank you for
tonight.
having me on.
Yes. Okay. Take good care.
You too. Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.